as a child it was magical because you've got so much space. But of course you've got to remember I wouldn't have been allowed in a room like this at all because far too much risk of small boys doing damage to things. But outside and whatever, it was wonderful. Since I've grown up, you then begin to understand the responsibilities, the pressures, the costs, and so on. And so it becomes a little more two-edged at that stage. Well, I've enjoyed it a great deal. Not every house owner does, but I find it really interesting. People come and they'll tell you about things that you own that you didn't know before. For instance, we had one sword that we thought was a Cromwellian model army sword, and it turned out to be an 18th century Indian Maharaja sword. So you really do live and learn. And so from that point of view, it's good. You get a very, very small proportion of visitors who are either out to steal or cause trouble or are just bad in some way or another, but they are a tiny proportion, and you just have to learn to deal with that. But for the vast majority, they enjoy coming here, and we enjoy having them. That is almost impossible to tell, because what each of us who owns it, we tend to feel as ourselves are just custodian for our period in charge. And one of the most critical things is for each generation to let go and allow the generation that follows to do whatever they feel is fit. My great-great-uncle, for instance, started a limeworks here on the place. My father built up a caravan park here, and so things change, and I've done the opening to the public. So things will change. My daughter's now taken over from me, and it was quite recent, so far most stuff is still what I've done. But 10 to 15 years, she will have made her own path. And therefore it shouldn't be for our generation to say where and what the castle will be doing in the future. Ooh. Thousands of them. I think as much as anything else, it's been the gardens have been the joy. It's been the ability to go out, particularly we kept a very when I was young, a very big fruit and vegetable garden, and to be able to go out and pick your own peaches, grapes, figs, anything you liked almost. There must have been 20 or 30 species of something to eat. Has always been an enormous joy. End of a hard day's work, wander out, pick a peach off the wall and eat it. There ain't much to beat that.